Lesson 1. Shove your arm into the tiger shark's mouth. That should keep you free from harm. Welcome back to Bloodbath and Beyond. You'll see less blood in a horror film than this quote-unquote shark advocacy program. Picking up from where we left off, this person was just saved from bleeding to death and from a shark feeding frenzy due to the irresistible synthetic blood and prosthetic limb. Now wait a second, why isn't the dive team in danger? Who's got this guy's back? Who's got this guy's back? I thought there was a feeding frenzy going on down there.
Trigger a feeding frenzy.
Oh man, look at the dive team. They've been left in the water to die. Just absolute shark chaos around that boat. I know I said I was going to break these down in the sequence they appeared in the show, but I have to jump to this part, where he chases a shark swimming away from him to demonstrate how to pop up in front of a shark and smack it on the face to keep you safe from sharks. I'm not pointing this out because of the hypocrisy of the whole shark touching thing, or the notion of chasing down a shark to demonstrate how to escape from a shark. It's what happens after that you need to pay attention to. Because the excuse for everything they are doing on this show is about how to survive in the water with sharks. But as you can see, once he has the shot for the show, he turns his back on the shark, gives a little thumbs up to the camera, swims to the surface without looking back once. Now consider an example from my co-host on the live shows. He engages in the controversial behavior of riding the dorsal fin of a white shark. Wait, what? Oh, I just got word he was doing it to demonstrate how to survive a shark attack, so now it's okay. Anyway, the shark lets Walter know that the shark doesn't like what he's doing, and Walter lets go. But after Walter lets go, what does he do? He turns and he looks. And good thing that he did. Forgive me, I couldn't resist using a Shark Week tactic with the music. Again, if you're going to justify all of these silly stunts that were on this blood-soaked show in the name of showing people how to survive a shark attack, then demonstrate it. One last detail and then we will move on. Did anyone else notice that this isn't a redirect? In fact, the shark seems to start turning to avoid the potential conflict, to avoid the object in front of it suddenly. So he barely gets a hand on a shark that is avoiding his hand. Also notice the eye go from black to white. That's the nictitating membrane coming up to protect the eye in the case of contact or conflict. In fact, now that I look, I think this shark may have actually protected itself from getting a thumb in the eye. Despite Shark Week constantly portraying these animals as ready to bite a human at any moment, you don't get to survive very long if you are a predator in the wild that just engages in conflict for the sake of engaging in conflict. This shark chooses to avoid conflict, but what if it had chosen to chomp down with its mouth instead?
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
It honestly made me feel like I was going to throw up. You could see that fake bone sticking out of the prosthetic limb.
Really? A quote-unquote shark researcher?
Shark researcher Blake Marie Martinez
is grossed out by fake blood and a fake bone.
But honestly, it's a little bit too close for comfort.
What is a shark researcher, by the way? Strikes me as this all-encompassing description for anyone that you want to get on the show but doesn't have a marine biology degree and hasn't been bitten by a shark. But for the record, according to her own website, she seems to be just fine with touching sharks.
Highly intense down there.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. Highly intense.
Very intense dive.
You lying? Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no one here with the experience that they supposedly have thought that dive was intense. We've got a cameraman who is also a shark attack survivor. We've got a safety diver who is a shark wrangler. And these guys thought this was intense. The only intense parts were the editor trying to show you as much blood as possible and showing you the camera angle inside the mouth of the tiger shark. Even the act of taking the arm isn't that crazy from this angle, sans the music. You remove the music and things are even calm as the shark is swimming away with the arm. Even chewing on the arm, it's just not that crazy. If anything, I'm guessing Shark Week was upset that they didn't manage to attract more sharks to the area, because this is a pretty sharkless dive, at least for Tiger Beach.
You lying? Yeah.
Watch the pan from left to right as the narrator says a feeding frenzy is about to ensue.
which could trigger a feeding frenzy.
There's not one shark.
Just like a clean bite.
Is that your official diagnosis? Anyway, since I'm going to rule out shoving your arm into a tiger shark's mouth as a survival technique, let's move on to the fake science. You know, the excuse for making these shows. If everything else fails, talk about science. Well, I guess technically it's real, but it's also really worthless.
Hidden sensors inside the prosthetic arm. It revealed a bite force topping out at over 800 psi.
The bite force of a tiger shark is well documented, and if it took the expensive reproduction of a shark attack on a show like this to get you to listen to that nugget of information, then that's on you. There was actually a great opportunity to teach people about some of the capabilities of these animals, such as what appears to be the shark trying to expel something that it realizes it doesn't want to eat. This can get kind of extreme, such as when the tiger shark has unfortunately swallowed a fisherman's hook. They can use something called gastric eversion, in which they turn their stomach inside out through their mouths to try and clean out their stomachs. But in the sad case of this tiger shark that is on a drumline, it simply isn't going to get free. Think about the desperation level that you are at when you are ready to turn your stomach inside out to try and free yourself of something such as a hook. And this, what you're looking at, a drumline, is what one of Shark Week's new recurring hosts does to sharks. Great whites, tiger sharks, any sharks along the coast of South Africa. This is literally what he does for a living, killing sharks through nets and drum lines for the sake of tourism. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you have the mayor from Jaws as a co-host playing a good guy. That's where Shark Week is nowadays. Thanks for watching another episode. I'm Skylar Thomas. Remember, I am not a shark scientist. I am not a shark expert. I just read shark research papers, interview shark scientists, and spend time in the water with sharks, observing them, and use common sense. But since none of my degrees are marine biology degrees, I guess you can ignore everything that I have to say. Thank you for watching. Either way, please let me know what you thought. Let me know if you learned anything. Appreciate it.